Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. On today's video, I will be giving you my Last of Us Part 2 non-spoiler review. I finally beat The Last of Us Part 2 at 35 hours. Off the bat, I liked the ending, didn't love it. It is a very divisive ending. Some of you will love it, some will like it, some will hate it, and that's okay. Naughty Dog took some big risks telling this story. The way the story is told here is very bold, dark, emotional, and beautiful. In my more than 20 years of gaming, I have never seen a story told this way. The way it's told will change the way stories are told in games. This was the next step needed to push gaming even more forward. When I was playing, the pacing of the story seemed way off. It felt it was telling the story pretty slow, but halfway through it, it picked up and it all started to make sense. The story needed to be told this way because it's their biggest game they have ever developed in terms of story, and also in terms of exploration, combat, environments. In most games, cutscenes tell stories. In this game, Naughty Dog makes you feel you're playing them. A lot of the events that happen in the game could have easily been cutscenes in other games, but Naughty Dog is ahead of everyone else, and they have created gameplay out of these scenes. And that's another reason it takes so long to beat, and also why I felt it dragged. I appreciate they did it this way. This is the best PlayStation 4 game to end this generation with. They felt they needed to go out with a bang, and they truly did, in my opinion. There are so many memorable scenes that are emotional, impactful, bold, intense, and beautiful. So many memorable moments. You will be very surprised by these scenes. They go so many places with the story where many of you wouldn't expect. Me personally, I was caught off guard by many of these, and they are officially my favorite moments of this generation. It feels like a huge season of an amazing TV show. Let's talk about all the other aspects that make this game one of the best, if not the best, on the PlayStation 4 and of this generation. The music is used in such a great way to make you feel different emotions. I feel there was less music at Part 2, but what is here is very impactful in conveying different emotions. The score sets every tone so perfectly. I truly love the music from the same composer of The Last of Us Part 1. I also love the original emotional songs Ellie and Joel sing. On top of all this great music, there are also two songs that might surprise you but fit during those scenes nicely. The audio is amazing in this game. Everything sounds so realistic, like you would hear it in reality. What really stood out to me is the way the rain hits roofs, objects when it pours, and the thunder sounds excellent. Also, the sound of shots firing off sounds incredible. Every bullet sounds very impactful and very realistic. The sound of hitting an enemy with the weapon has a satisfying crunch to every hit. The non-human enemies sound more creepy, terrifying than they ever have. Their noises alone will stop many of you on your tracks. The voice acting from everyone is top notch. I especially continue to love the voice acting from Tommy, Joel, and Ellie. The newcomers held their own. I especially love Dina, Abby, Lev, and Nolan. All of the new voice actors did a great job and had great moments of dialogue. They truly expressed every emotion perfectly. The graphics are the most amazing I have ever seen in any third-person game. Environments are the highlight. They are so full of details, and they keep getting better and better as the story progresses. There were so many points I was in awe. I couldn't believe how beautiful the environments looked. The characters are the most realistic characters I have ever seen in any game. There are times it's so hard to tell if they're real or just in-game graphics. The facial expressions are amazing at many points and express every emotion perfectly. I have never seen more realistic kisses, tears, pain, anger, sadness in any game. Every time you enter a new area or a new inside environment, it will wow you. There is so much detail, floor to ceiling and everything within. The environment is different and adds a lot of life to each. You will never see areas, environments that look so similar. Every aspect is so full of detail like I have never seen in any game. This looks like a next generation game. In buildings, every wall texture looks like it would look in real life. I couldn't tell the difference at all from reality and graphics. Even when I got up close, I couldn't tell the difference. It looks truly amazing. The combat is the most amazing combat I've experienced in this type of game. Everything works as you'd expect. There were so many moments it reminded me of Metal Gear Solid and Resident Evil. It takes elements from both of those games and perfects them. I never had an encounter that when I wanted to do something, it didn't work. It plays as perfect as I've ever seen. Everything just works. I love the crawling and the dodging they added. It adds so much to the encounters. I especially love being able to throw myself on my belly to duck from gunshots or being spotted. It works beautifully. All the human and non-human encounters are memorable, and I loved every second of them. They play out in so many different ways due to the great environments, below and above, and also because of the weapons, tools in hand. Combat plays out anywhere in the environment. Enemies will search all around the locations, follow you upstairs, downstairs, climb objects, chase you. There is nowhere to truly hide for so long. Gotta either take them out or keep running from area to area to get a better view to take them out. Every shot counts. Headshots work with most enemies, not all. Some enemies require many shots to be put down and require different tactics. When you're surrounded, the best bet is to shoot their kneecaps. Most enemies will stumble and will go down for an easier headshot. Also, not all enemies go down easily with melee attacks. Some require other strategies and more hits than others. You gotta truly use all your arsenal. It feels very refreshing. The enemy variety is pretty good. All different types of enemies have something or do something that differs them from the others. This is the most expensive Naughty Dog game. Some areas are huge and there is so much exploration for those that love to explore. I got lost a couple times just running around. That will give you an idea how big environments can be. There are Easter eggs throughout, collectibles such as comic cards, coins, and letters that were left behind that tell stories of what happened in the environments. My only negatives I can give it are the pacing was slow to get to the next part of the story. There could have been just a little bit more variety in missions. I would have loved to see side missions, other characters in buildings would have been a nice touch. And the ending could have been even more impactful. But with all that said, this game is a masterpiece. It does so much right. There is so much heart and love poured into the game. It is Naughty Dog's best game in my opinion, and their boldest, darkest yet. It goes places no one can ever predict. You will feel so many emotions playing it. Unlike other games, this is the best step for gaming. The bar has been raised once again by Naughty Dog. If you enjoy their games or you enjoy action, adventure, horror, this is the best out there. It's gonna be very hard to top this in everything they do. If I were to rate it, I give it a 9.5 for story and a 10 for everything else. It is a master class, a must play for PlayStation 4 owners. It does so much more, but you're gonna have to experience it. Go and buy it. No game has ever made me think so much about my actions, and no game has ever made me not press a button at certain points. If you enjoy this review and you're new to this channel, don't forget to hit that like, share this video on all your social media, subscribe to the channel, and if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate every single one of you. In the comments below, post your review or thoughts on The Last of Us Part 2. Thank you all for watching. Till next time, peace.